Hey everyone, what's up? This is Wendy Pinnell with On Track Realty, and let's talk about new construction in Dallas. Okay, from 2020 through the beginning of 2022, we saw massive demand for new construction in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You had all these waiting lists, and builders would typically release homes in increments. Often, once a month, they would release maybe 20 homes that could be purchased. In high demand areas like Midlothian, for example, we saw buyers spending the night in the builders' offices in order to be the first to get a home under contract. I mean, builders could not build fast enough to meet buyer demand. No matter how much they put out there were always waiting lists. In fact, Redfin touches on this. They said Sun Belt metros are leading the way when it comes to building new homes, and they need them with scores of buyers moving in from other parts of the country. Now, they weren't the only one to say this. CoreLogic also chimed in. They reported that in 2021, Dallas led the entire nation for new home closings. They went on to say 8 of the 10 metros with the largest number of new home closings were in the 4 states with the largest population gain. The Dallas and Houston metro areas topped the list with a combined total of more than 80,000 single-family home closings. Now, the problem with that extreme demand is we saw prices go up in a huge way, but low interest rates kept those new home closings chugging away, right? So prices are going up, but interest rates are keeping it attainable, and the builders keep building, and the new home sales keep closing. But 2022 rolls around, and interest rates begin to go up. So we have all these builders who are racing and racing and racing to build, and that momentum is hard to stop, okay? They're trying to slow it down, stop, but that's a hard thing to stop. In fact, in January of 2022, Redfin reported that 1/3 of all single-family homes for sale are new construction. Okay, that is a lot of new construction. So in February, we have CoreLogic reporting that Dallas is leading the nation in new construction closings. And then by July, Zillow reports that new home sales have been rapidly descending from the pandemic-induced peak to the lowest level since 2015. Now, keep in mind, this is happening in a matter of months, okay? We're talking from February to July. We see this massive change. Okay, so, okay, Wendy, what happened? Okay, well, 2 things began happening to builders. First of all, demand drops, okay? A monthly payment at 3.5% is a whole different animal than at 5%, right? And don't forget, with new construction, you're gonna generally, tack on some hefty HOA fees too. So that was the first thing that happened, right? In fact, Zillow summed it up well. Okay, listen to how they put it. They said, builders are struggling to find qualified buyers at an agreeable price, okay? Now, second thing that happened is the buyers who were already under contract, say from like 6 months ago, right? They slept in that builder's office 6 months ago. As the home was being built that whole time, now they no longer qualify for the home because of the change in interest rates, okay? So they just don't qualify anymore. So we have these builders working feverishly to put out as many homes as they can in 2021 to suddenly having these homes under contract fall through, and as Zillow puts it, the demand pool drying up. Now, this spells opportunity, people. Now, picture it this way, okay? Imagine if you had a rental and it was vacant, right? You'd still have to pay all those costs, right? The mortgage payment. Oh, what else would you have to pay? The electric bill, the water bill, and you wouldn't have any way to offset those costs. This is why landlords hate vacancy. Now, picture that happening with a builder with potentially hundreds of homes, okay? That's a lot of monthly soft costs. The minute a home is ready and the builder doesn't have a buyer for it, they start losing money, right? So we have builders right now that are motivated. Okay, so hey, Wendy, how do you know they're motivated? right? Good question. And I can tell you the answer because they're calling us all the time. All right, they're offering these huge bonuses to realtors, and they're offering even more bonuses to buyers, okay? Let's see, here are some examples, right? $12,000 to buyers to pay down their interest rate, okay? I've also seen buyers being offered a free refinance in the next 18 months when interest rates go down. Because remember, again, the minute that home is ready and no one has bought it, the builder starts losing money, okay? Now, let me just kind of interject this here. One caveat I shall tell you is that this is not true with affordable new construction, okay? Because there's just so much less of it. It's hard to find affordable new construction. So, for example, in places like Red Oak, you have new construction under $400,000. Those builders have massive waiting lists upon waiting lists, and I can tell you I know this because some of our clients are on those waiting lists, okay? Now, but being realistic, right, the average new construction home usually is going to be at least $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, right? And there are far, far fewer buyers qualifying for that now that interest rates have gone up. Okay, so are you listening? Because listen up. All of you buyers out there who haven't been able to get your offers accepted, or maybe you've been afraid to even enter the market, now is your time, okay? Now is your golden opportunity. Buyers using VA, FHA, or USDA financing, now is your time to jump in, okay? It's usually a lot harder to get your offer approved with those types of financing. But right now, it's not, okay? So you know what, how about go to the builder and say, hey, I'd like you to please pay all of my closing costs and please pay down the interest rate too, okay? Think you'll have a chance like that when the market heats up again? No, but you have that chance right now, okay? You've got these spooked builders, okay? And they're not sure what the market's gonna do. They got all this inventory and they're kind of freaking out, because they got all these people who have fallen out of contract. Okay, now, I hear you. With interest rates on the rise, this begs the question, why should you act now? Okay, that's a very valid and fair question. Let's let Redfin's chief economist, Daryl Fairweather, answer this one, okay? Are you ready? He said, we built fewer homes in the 2010s than we have since the 1960s, which is one of the fundamental problems with today's housing market. Builders were hit hard by the 2007 housing crash. As a result, the U.S. is roughly 4 million houses short of meeting home buyer and renter demand. In fact, he said if there had been enough homes at the start of the pandemic, housing costs might not have skyrocketed the way they did. And finally, okay, he's got a lot of good points there, and finally he makes this important point. There still aren't enough homes to meet the pace of household creation, and we need to be more prepared when demand inevitably picks back up, okay? Check again that last sentence, listen up, when demand inevitably picks back up, okay, people? It is going to pick back up. Now, right now, the Fed is tightening their monetary policy, and that's brought us some motivated home builders with inventory. It's not going to always be that way. At the end of the day, when there's a little more market predictability, we're going to be right back where we were started with a housing shortage and strong competition. So if you haven't seen success in the past, or maybe you just haven't even tried, really now is the time to jump in and take advantage of this market. Of course, we'd love to be the ones to help. All right, well, listen, tell me, was this information helpful? If it was, the best that you can do is head back to my channel and check out another video, right? But listen, before you do, please hit that subscribe button. You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell. Oh, and don't forget to check us out online, okay? We have a ton of info there. You can find us at www.homeindallastexas.com. And if you'd like to connect with other buyers and sellers just like you, please join us in our Facebook group. We're over 1,000 members strong now. Lots of movers, lots of connecting and sharing experiences, along with just little bit of hilarity every once in a while too, so we have a good time over there. In the meantime though, thank you so much for joining me and watching this video, and listen, have a great day.